Today I'm going to be breaking down 3 of the best strategies you can use here at Townhall 17 to 3-star any base. So the first strategy we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Super Witches, and this is a strategy of course that's been around for a very long time. The army itself is pretty simple. You're going to come in with those healers for a Grand Warden walk, you're then just going to smash through the rest of the base with those Super Witches and few other troops. For your spells, you've got quite a mixture of spells here, but we can talk about those in the attack itself. When it comes to those Clan Castle troops, we're going to be coming in with one of 2 siege machines. It's either going to be the log launcher if we struggle to gain access, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be that siege barracks to help create the funnel with Valkyries coming out on the back end. When it comes to your heroes, this is the selection we are going to be going for, so take a look at those pets and the equipment, but as always you guys can make your own decisions when it comes to them. But let's jump straight in and we'll break this one down. So the first thing we're going to be doing is identifying where the clan castle is, because this ideally is what we want to try and hit with our fireball, because we have the fireball of course on the Grand Warden. That can do some pretty nice damage. It did even get a nerf fairly recently, but even after the nerf, you can still get lots and lots of value for it. So here comes our Grand Warden. As always, make sure he is set to ground, otherwise those healers will not heal him up. We're going to have the Sneezy on him. That's just going to help to bring in a couple of other troops, of course, just to help tank for him, especially against things like single target infernos. But we're just going to let that Grand Warden do his thing. Once he does get targeted by that single, we can use an invisibility spell just to help support him and take that down. But we're looking to take down a couple of these defenses, and ideally we're looking for him to progress over and deal with this defense over here, or even this one. So we're using the invisibility spell to clear out just so he doesn't lock onto one of these 2 defenses. We want him to shoot in towards this expo, so we're using the invisibility spell just to help with the pathing. Off goes the fireball, that's going to go ahead, go down. We use the double quake and that deals with the rest of those defenses. We also get a really nice bit of damage onto the enemy royal champion. Then you're just going to go ahead and get the rest of your troops in. That's going to of course be those Super Witches. We've got the Warden Apprentice in there as well. Ice Golem just going to help freeze things up when it does get deployed. Queen's going to come in on this opposite side of the base from where you did the Grand Warden walk, alongside these siege barracks. Those 2 in combination just helping to create the funnel, making sure that your troops are going to progress into the base as you want them to. Like you can see, those Super Witches now making their way towards the town hall, because those the queen and the siege barracks has done its job. The Grand Warden of course will combine once he's done his walk up with the rest of your troops, because yeah, his AI is to follow troops rather than to go off himself, but if he has nothing to follow, he will just do it himself, like we see with that walk at the start. But pushing in, dealing with that town hall, giving us the 2nd star here. And honestly, this strategy is so unbelievably powerful. You just have to try and time your spells. Make sure you also catch those healers when you go ahead and deploy down those rage spells, just allowing them to get maximum value, bringing all of your troops back up to full HP. Using that Queen ability, we do get the Giant coming out as well, which of course we know from the event can be pretty powerful as well, just as long as it doesn't get locked onto by a single target Inferno or something like a Monolith. But you can see the amount of troops and spells we still have left up here at the back end of this one. The Royal Champion, it looks like, I don't even think she's actually been deployed. So yeah, we swag an entire Royal Champion in this one, showing just how strong this strategy can be. And the next strategy we're going to be taking a look at is going to be a Royal Champion charge with those invisibility spells coming in with Root Riders. This is again a strategy that's been around pretty much since we saw the Electro Boots get introduced. And even after multiple nerfs, it's still incredibly powerful. This particular one comes in with the recall spell, so we're using a partial Royal Champion charge, bringing her in the back end, just getting a huge amount of value. So let's jump in and take a look. So the first thing we're going to be doing is identifying where we're bringing our Royal Champion in, and ideally what you're looking to do here is take out as many big defenses as you possibly can while that Royal Champion is getting value. So of course, yeah, typically you're going to be bringing something like the Hog Puppet or the Haste Vial alongside those Electro Boots. In this particular one, the Hog Puppet, because we know she's just going to push in there. We're just going to use those invisibility spells to help protect her. She's going to go ahead, deal with that Monolith right there, and as soon as she has dealt with that and as many other defenses as we can grab in the span of this invisibility spell, we're just going to go ahead and use that recall spell right there. That picks her up, but it not only has picked her up, it's created that funnel. We've taken down a good amount of defenses at the start, which is really helping to set that funnel up. We're then going to go ahead and come in with the next stage of our attack, which is going to be the king and queen. They're both going to be pushing in just to continue pushing on with this funnel. Log Launcher also going to be joining the party. That's going to be opening up some of these wall sections, allowing our heroes slightly more access into the base and just dealing with some of these early defenses. Of course, what you're looking to do here is kind of sweep in with your troops. You want those Root Riders and Valkyries to all kind of go into the core of the base if at all possible, but let those heroes pick up as much value as you can with them. Don't be scared just to let them do their thing for a little bit before you go ahead and deploy down the rest of your army. If you have outer buildings just like we do here, what you can do is go ahead and drop down a few super barbarians just to help set that funnel. And as soon as your log launcher does deploy, it looks like we've got some yetis going to be coming out of them. We're probably going to want to go ahead and rage those up, using the Eternal Tome ability alongside the Healing Tome as we progress right into the core to bring all of those troops right back up to full HP, trying to maximize the amount of damage and survivability we have pushing through that Town Hall compartment. We do still have a couple of high DPS buildings like that Scatter Shot and multi-target Archer Tower to deal with on the back end, but it's not going to be a problem for us. That Royal Champion, of course, she was recalled, but then she was redeployed with the rest of our army, and she actually got a lot more HP back thanks to that Grand Warden ability. King's ability going to get popped off there on the back end, and this one, not a problem for us at all. It's going to be a very easy 3-star, and this strategy, honestly, the most difficult thing about it is just trying to get value from your Royal Champion charge at the start, making sure you deploy her down into a section of the base that's going to pick off some key defenses like the monolith, like the Inferno Tower that we did, but also helping to set that funnel is what I'm trying to say. So this strategy definitely very nice at bringing in 3 stars. And for the third and final strategy, of course, it's going to be another Spirit Charge, or the Royal Champion Charge as some people call it, coming in with those dragons in behind. We're going to be going mass invisibility spells other than 1 freeze and 1 skeleton spell, and a lot of dragons. So let's jump straight in and break this one down. So in this particular example, what we're looking to do is try, of course, as always, to push your Royal Champion into a section of the base where she's going to be able to get the most amount of value. So think of value like if she was getting a Wizard Tower and an Archer Tower, that's not really that great value because those defenses aren't doing that much damage. Whereas something like the Monolith, or pretty much any of these defenses actually in the core of the base, you're going to be able to get a lot more value from them. So what we opt to do here is deploy down our Royal Champion, see where she's going to go, and then we can go ahead and use an invisibility spell to redirect her onto the defenses we want her to go to. Of course, those invisibility spells not only are to protect her, but like I said, they're also going to be used to try and push your Royal Champion in the direction you want her to go. So ideally, what you're looking to do here is pick off as many big defenses as you can. You do have a rage spell as well that's going to be coming in from your clan castle. So what we do is we deploy down that rage spell, giving us more DPS and increasing our speed of attack. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be able to push your Royal Champion in to get some sort of value. Ideally, you're going to pick off some of these big defenses like we are here. If you don't quite manage that, as long as you get enough defenses that your dragons shouldn't have too much of an issue pushing through without spell support, you should be sitting pretty comfortable. So that was the last of our invisibility spells. We end up clearing out the entirety of this core section other than the fire spitter right there, getting a huge amount of value and kicking this strategy off to a very nice start. As with all of these strategies we have seen today, the link for this one is down in the description with the timestamps for everything you are seeing. We're then going to go ahead and choose a side to deploy down the rest of our troops. It looks like we're going to be coming in from this left-hand side of the base, where we do have the Minion Prince coming in combination with our Grand Warden. Our Grand Warden, of course, as always, has the double tome ability. Right now, that seems to be the meta for pretty much every single strategy. The heal spell bringing those troops back up while they are invincible with that Eternal Tome. You have the Queen and the Siege Barracks going to be coming in from the opposite side of the base. Super minions coming out of that siege barracks, those are going to be used, of course, just to do a little bit of firepower over the top of the heads of any of the troops that are pushing around that section. Coming in opposite Town Hall side, not going to be a problem at all for us here. We go ahead, we pop off that minion prince's ability, freezing up beautifully some of these back end defenses, and this of course will allow us to pick up yet another 3-star. So if you guys do find this video helpful and you've managed to pick up a new strategy that you can go ahead and try out in Legends League or even just trophy pushing, then make sure you go ahead and leave a like on the video. Subscribe as well to us while you are at it, because we have now reached 1,000 subscribers. So big thank you for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.